In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NFL games happening on October 26, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Tennessee Titans versus Indianapolis Colts. One of the league's most disappointing teams will face one of its biggest surprises when the Tennessee Titans travel to Indianapolis to meet the Colts. The season has unraveled quickly for Tennessee, to the point where management already dismissed its head coach less than 2 months into the campaign. That decision reflects the depth of the team's struggles on both sides of the ball. The supposed new beginning under rookie quarterback Cam Ward has not gone as planned. Taken with the first overall pick in the most recent draft, Ward was expected to energize the franchise, yet his performances so far have done little to inspire confidence. Some of his mistakes stem from inexperience, but not all can be explained away by circumstance. The closing moments of last week's loss serve as a perfect example. With the game on the line, Ward lost control of the ball as he drew his arm back to throw, resulting in a costly fumble that sealed another defeat for the Titans. His play has been uneven throughout the season. He has missed routine throws, forced passes into coverage, and struggled to read defenses quickly enough to adapt in real time. At this stage, he looks unprepared for the pace and complexity of professional competition. Although double-digit spreads are typically difficult to justify, the matchup here presents a rare exception. Few teams in the league have shown the ability to score in bunches as consistently as the Colts have this season. Indianapolis has built one of the most dynamic offenses in football under head coach Shane Steichen, who has Daniel Jones operating at a level few expected. Alongside the resurgence of running back Jonathan Taylor, the Colts have developed one of the most efficient ground games in the NFL. The result has been a relentless offensive rhythm that has overwhelmed opposing defenses. Indianapolis has scored at least 29 points in 6 of its 7 games, an output few would have predicted back in September. Earlier this season, these same teams met in Week 3, and the result was one-sided. The Colts put up 41 points while cruising to a 21-point win, and that victory came on the road in Tennessee. The Titans entered that earlier meeting in better shape, with wide receiver Calvin Ridley still available, but he has since been sidelined with a hamstring injury. That loss further highlighted the gap between these two franchises. This week's game marks the first time since January 9th of 2022 that Indianapolis has been listed as a double-digit favorite, a role that carries some historical baggage after a surprising upset loss to Jacksonville in that previous instance. For Tennessee, this is the first time all season they enter as double-digit underdogs. The Titans are now 2 wins and 5 losses against the spread, while the Colts have covered in 5 of their 7 contests. The disparity reflects both form and confidence. Indianapolis has been productive and efficient, while Tennessee continues to stumble in every key phase. The Colts' offense should find success against a weak Titans defense, and their strong run defense will force Ward to win the game through the air. Given what he has shown so far, that is a tall order. Tennessee's 6 losses this season have all come by at least 8 points, a pattern that suggests little ability to keep games close. As our first pick for this matchup, the Indianapolis Colts to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The offensive storylines continue on both sides in this matchup, but they lean heavily in Indianapolis's favor. The Colts have fielded one of the league's most potent attacks this year, blending pace, balance, and creativity. When these teams met earlier in the season, the Colts produced 41 points, a reflection of their ability to stretch the field and exploit mismatches at every level of the defense. For Tennessee, the challenge grows even greater this time. The Titans will be without defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons, their best player and the anchor of their front 7. His absence weakens a defense that already ranks among the least effective in stopping both the run and the pass. Without Simmons clogging the interior, Jonathan Taylor and the Colts' offensive line should find room to operate, which could open up the passing lanes for Jones to work comfortably in the pocket. Still, Indianapolis has shown some vulnerability defensively in recent weeks. They have given up 24 points to the Chargers and 27 to the Cardinals in their last 2 outings. Those results suggest that even a struggling offense like Tennessee's could manage some production, particularly if game flow forces them to open up the playbook. In fact, Cam Ward delivered one of his most competent performances of the season during that Week 3 loss to Indianapolis, managing to sustain a few drives and move the ball more effectively than usual. Playing indoors again will remove weather as a factor, favoring passing and faster tempo on both sides. The Colts offense has topped 29 points in all but one game this year, and both defenses rank near the middle of the pack statistically. With those conditions in place, this matchup carries potential for more back and forth scoring than one might initially expect. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Dallas Cowboys versus Denver Broncos. We have an intriguing interconference matchup on Sunday when the Dallas Cowboys travel to Denver to face the Broncos, two teams each with postseason aspirations but built in very different ways. Dallas enters this contest playing some of its most balanced football of the year, with the market consistently underestimating its overall performance. Over the last few weeks, the Cowboys have rewarded those willing to back them, thanks primarily to an offense that has reached elite status under coordinator Brian Schottenheimer. The group's efficiency metrics place them among the league's best, ranking inside the top 5 in expected points added per play, success rate, expected points added per pass, and passing touchdowns. Quarterback Dak Prescott has elevated his game to an MVP level, showing command and accuracy while keeping the unit steady even against aggressive defenses. The offensive line deserves equal credit, ranking among the top 5 in fewest sacks allowed. That protection has allowed Prescott to stay upright and deliver consistently against pressure. Denver's defense presents a challenge on paper, but recent results paint a less intimidating picture. The Broncos surrendered 32 points to the New York Giants last week, a team with far less firepower at the skill positions than what Dallas brings to the field. If the Giants could move the ball effectively against this defense, the Cowboys have every reason to believe their offense can do the same. Defensively, Dallas continues to struggle, ranking near the bottom of the league in several categories, including 29th in expected points added per play and 31st in success rate allowed. The Cowboys' inability to create consistent stops has been an ongoing concern. However, Denver's offensive production has been uneven as well. Much of their scoring has come in late-game situations, often when defenses soften in the fourth quarter. That pattern suggests an offense still searching for rhythm earlier in games. If Dallas can build an early lead and dictate tempo, it would likely put pressure on Bo Nix and the Denver offense to play outside their comfort zone for an entire contest. Despite Denver's recent win streak, closer inspection raises questions about its sustainability. The Broncos narrowly escaped with victories over both the Jets and the Giants, needing late surges and even benefiting from missed extra points to stay ahead. Their offensive output has been inflated by chaotic finishes rather than sustained drives. Meanwhile, the Cowboys' offense is healthy again and has regained its pace and precision. Dallas possesses the ability to stretch defenses both vertically and horizontally, something that should test Denver's secondary over 4 quarters. Even with defensive inconsistencies, the Cowboys' offensive ceiling keeps them in games, and their ability to score quickly gives them an advantage in high-possession matchups. Given the setup here, the value continues to rest with Dallas, particularly considering how often the market undervalues their explosiveness. As our first pick for this matchup, the Dallas Cowboys to cover the spread as underdogs is our full-game side pick. From a total perspective, this game carries the makings of another high-scoring affair. Dallas has consistently participated in games that have gone over the number this season, holding a record of 5 wins and 2 losses to the over. Oddsmakers have adjusted totals upward in recent weeks, yet the Cowboys continue to surpass expectations. Their formula is familiar by now: play at a fast tempo, rely on Prescott's precision, and keep the offense on the field long enough to pressure opponents into chasing points. Dallas has scored at least 27 points in 5 of its last 6 contests, while surrendering 182 points during that stretch. That combination of offensive potency and defensive vulnerability has produced reliable scoring opportunities on both sides. Denver enters this matchup riding a 4-game winning streak, though the margin for error has been thin. The Broncos needed an improbable 33 points in the fourth quarter to beat the Giants last week and nearly dropped a game to the Jets before pulling it out late. Their offense has relied heavily on late-game rallies rather than consistent efficiency, which can be a dangerous formula when facing a team like Dallas that scores early and often. The Cowboys' defense ranks near the bottom of the league, but their offense ranks among the top in scoring, posting 37 or more points in 3 of their last 4 outings. They have also allowed 30 or more in 3 of their last 5, which keeps games wide open well into the final minutes. Recent trends make it difficult to see this contest playing out quietly. The Cowboys have become one of the league's most reliable teams for over-bettors, combining one of the most explosive passing attacks with one of the least efficient defenses. The Broncos, despite recent success, remain vulnerable to fast-paced teams with creative offensive play calling. When combining Denver's tendency to play from behind with Dallas's proven ability to light up the scoreboard, the ingredients for another shootout are firmly in place. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Green Bay Packers versus Pittsburgh Steelers. The Green Bay Packers enter this matchup searching for form after a month of uninspiring performances. 4 straight weeks of uneven football have dulled the optimism that surrounded the team early in the season. In weeks 1 and 2, the Packers looked like legitimate contenders, boasting one of the most complete rosters in the league and led by their emerging defensive star, Micah Parsons. Those early results seem distant now. Since then, the team has struggled to sustain that standard. A Week 3 loss at Cleveland exposed late-game vulnerabilities, as the Packers allowed Joe Flacco to engineer 13 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. The following week ended in a tie against Dallas after surrendering control late in regulation. Subsequent narrow wins over Cincinnati and Arizona did little to inspire confidence, as both opponents ranked near the bottom of the league standings. Quarterback Jordan Love has been steady but unspectacular. His numbers reflect competency more than brilliance. Through 6 games, he ranks 13th in passing yards with 1,438 and 15th in touchdowns with 10. Perhaps his most notable accomplishment is his ball security, having thrown just 2 interceptions through Week 7. The Packers' offense has moved the ball efficiently in specific situations, leading the league in third down conversion rate at 49.33%, ranking 8th on fourth downs at 71.43%, and 5th in red zone touchdown rate at 72%. However, those metrics come with a caveat. Most of those results came against defenses that rank below average. Against tougher opponents like Cleveland and Arizona, Green Bay's offense looked ordinary, producing only 230 and 262 total yards in those matchups. The Pittsburgh Steelers present a similar statistical profile on offense. They average 25 points per game, ranking 12th in the league, and perform particularly well on third downs and in the red zone, where they sit 8th and 4th respectively. The major differentiator here lies at quarterback. Aaron Rodgers, now wearing black and gold, brings both motivation and familiarity to this contest. His history with Green Bay adds emotional weight to the matchup. Once the face of the Packers franchise, Rodgers still carries mixed feelings about how his time there ended. Facing his former coach only heightens that intensity. Coming off a loss, this sets up as a moment where his teammates are likely to rally around him. The Steelers' defense, led by a fierce pass rush, will aim to exploit a Packers offense that has regressed steadily over the past month. Green Bay's recent results, losing to Cleveland, failing to contain Dallas, and barely escaping 2 weaker teams, suggest a pattern of inconsistency. Meanwhile, Pittsburgh benefits from home field advantage and additional rest heading into this primetime matchup. Rodgers has grown more comfortable within the offensive system, and the Steelers' defense, while uneven, remains capable of disrupting rhythm. The home team has also covered in 7 of its last 9 appearances as an underdog, suggesting an environment where they thrive when expectations are tempered. As our first pick for this matchup, the Pittsburgh Steelers to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. When analyzing this contest from a totals perspective, one might initially anticipate a high-scoring affair between 2 quarterbacks linked by history. The storyline of Green Bay's current starter facing its former legend lends itself to expectations of offensive fireworks. Yet the evidence points elsewhere. Despite flashes of explosiveness, both defenses possess the personnel and motivation to dictate the tempo. The Packers, for instance, have demonstrated a clear ability to rise to the occasion when engaged and focused. Early in the season, they dominated consecutive games against last year's NFC Championship participants, using pressure and speed to stifle opposing offenses. Last week, they displayed that same edge again, overwhelming Jacoby Brissett and the Cardinals behind Micah Parsons' commanding performance. Parsons recorded 3 sacks, 4 tackles for loss, and 5 quarterback hits, showcasing why many analysts view him as the league's top edge defender, complemented by Rashawn Gary, who ranks among the top 11 defenders against the run, and a front 7 filled with disciplined tacklers. Green Bay's defense is fully capable of forcing Rodgers and his offense into uncomfortable situations. Pittsburgh, too, has reason to emphasize defensive execution after being humbled in Week 7. Their loss to Cincinnati was marked by an uncharacteristic collapse, allowing 33 points and 470 total yards to a struggling Bengals unit. The response from the Steelers' defensive leaders will be critical here. Veterans Cameron Hayward and T.J. Watt have both expressed frustration with that performance, and both are poised to reassert control at the line of scrimmage. The matchup against Green Bay's offense favors them strategically. The Packers have been mediocre in the run game, averaging only 4 yards per carry, ranking 22nd in the league. Their offensive balance is limited, ranking 30th in pass play percentage, which means Love is often protected by conservative play calling rather than explosive design. Against Cleveland, the lone elite front seven they have faced this season, Love was sacked 5 times. That stat should catch the attention of a Steelers defense ranked among the top 6 in sack rate at 8.49%. The conditions in Pittsburgh add another layer to the defensive outlook. Forecasts call for cool temperatures and the possibility of rain, weather that tends to slow down passing games and amplify the impact of physical defensive fronts. The atmosphere should mirror the traditional, hard-nosed style both franchises are known for, with each defense eager to set the tone and capitalize on mistakes. Given those factors, this matchup appears to favor defensive discipline over offensive spectacle, with both teams likely to lean on their pass rushers to disrupt rhythm and control the clock. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.